We apologize for any technical difficulties. We are currently in the bottom of the 7th inning. Albany 2, UMass 1 off of a bomb by the UAlbany hitter. That was Logan Morris to center field. Luke Philippi scored as well. Currently, 2 outs, 1-1 count. And up at bat is Scarabino. And a huge thank you to the guy who gave us a laptop. That's really what just happened.
Absolutely, yeah, a community here, a community.
Listen,
it's a beautiful thing. Can't thank him enough. I don't think we have his name.
We don't have his name. We'll have to figure it out. But listen,
real heroes want anonymity.
And there's the third one that goes into the parking lot. That's a foul ball into the tree. And Scarabino now on a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Again, bottom 7th. Apologize for all the technical difficulties. We missed the home run.
There's no other way it could go, Dylan.
No other way.
Of course.
No other way.
The biggest play of the game, flips it on its head from a 1-0 lead for UMass to a 2-1 lead for the Danes.
And a foul ball there by Scarabino, continuing the 2-2 count.
Still Terwilliger on the mound. That's worth a mention after giving up that home run there. And as you said, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
Terwilliger winding up. That one goes high. They're going to call that a ball. And it's going to be a 3-2 count. Full count again. We've seen a lot of full counts today.
Yeah, these Albany batters have been more patient late in this game. Initially, very swing happy, not getting the ball in play a lot, and then obviously found their stride and momentum right here in the 7th.
Wide of the batter, and we're going to see another walk. And 2 outs, men on first. Coming up to bat now for the Great Danes is Herbst.
Yeah, and Aaron Herbst has been a thorn in the Minutemen's side so far. Once again, a guy who's patient, works at bats, and pitchers will get frustrated with him easy.
And just another attempt to wear down the arm of Dylan Terwilliger. First pitch down the middle, strike, no swing. And taking it quickly, but taking it easy there from Herbst.
Yeah, Terwilliger, throwback to first base right there, but it seems like he's trying to slow down the pace of this game and put it back in his own hands after the bomb from Albany.
Goes back to first base and caught up by Scarabino. He's on his game when it comes back to sliding. Had to make sure, and he's leading again. It's a comfortable lead. Terwilliger winding up throwing low. Swing is all the way around, and they're going to call that a strike. And it's 0-2 now for Herbst.
Yeah, Herbst there checking his swing, very disappointed in the result. He visibly, looked down into his hands like he didn't want to swing at it. It was a pitch to hit, though. So interesting to see him hold up.
Third attempt to pick off Scarabino again comes unfounded. And to close out this inning that's cost UMass the lead, a 4th attempt to pick off Scarabino again.
Apparently you really can't risk him getting off first base at all.
He's staring him down. Terwilliger does make the pitch. Throw, strike 3, and out. And that is going to end this side of the inning for Albany, as UMass, for the first time, are trailing at the end of Albany's batting. 2-1, UAlbany. Again, apologies for any technical difficulties that have struck us on our way, and a big thank you to the unnamed laptop donator who has helped us out with this stream.
Absolutely. It's a blessing to be able to continue this after the rough situation there. We're scrambling, looking for an outlet. Everything's chock full, and just a fortunate situation to have such kind people around us.
Yeah, something that does get kind of wiped under the rug a little bit. There are good people in the world still.
Absolutely, Dylan. And we're first-hand witnesses of it.
Very appreciative of that, as UMass are going to get their 7th inning ready to go as they're playing the Take Me Out to the Ball game. 7th inning stretch.
It's good to have a little stretch here myself after a stressful 6th, we'll say. And I'm sure the Minutemen can relate as they go down 2-1 there after the home run. And remind me again who it was, because we were scrambled trying to find a way to continue this broadcast.
And the home run was Logan Moore to center field. Luke Philippi scored 2 RBIs. And it's a 2-1 game for the Great Danes.
We did see the home run at least, turned on, flying out to center field. Tirado was trying to track it over his head, but it just kept flying past the right side of the batter's eye out there. But Logan Morris, a big hurting put on that ball to this 400-foot fence in center field. It was well over it.
And now we have UMass coming up to bat, and it is going to be Willie.
Mark Willie, first baseman. Commonly, first basemen are recognized for their power hitting, and one big strike could put UMass right back at an even score here.
Mello still out there. Another low pitch. And that's been kind of a curtain call for Mello. Just first pitch, low into the dirt, and it's a ball 1.
Yeah, still progress his way through that Minuteman order to end the 6th inning.
And Mark Willie now 1-0. That one high inside, and it's going to be ball 2. Mello only 1 walk in his inning pitch, but took a lot of batters to 3 balls.
Yeah, these UMass hitters are patient.
But
right now, you got to keep that in your mind and, not feel pressure from the urgency of trailing in this game.
And that pitch was fouled off behind us. And it's going to be a 2-1 count now for Mark Willie. That one fouled off to the side as well, as we're going to get 2-2. It was a lower pitch that Willie was a little bit on top of.
Sky's shading over again here at Earl Lloyden Field.
It's starting to get just a little bit chilly. And it's going to be called a ball there on the high pitch. Just didn't loop in. And it's a full count to start this bottom of the 7th.
A strong up bat here from Willie. Definitely want to make Mello work here.
That one is chopped up. It's going to go wide of the foul line. Dove in, dropped, and UMass are going to go to. It's Willie on the... I'm not sure if they'll call that an error.
It's an incredible effort there by the left fielder as...
And it's going to be Willie on second base after that shot down the left side, and an attempted grab by Lewis Caleb.
Yeah, and Willie there. Now he's going to get pinch for.
Runner, yeah.
I believe that's Kyle Hoog. If I had to throw a wild guess out there, he's been a successful pinch runner for the Minutemen all season.
And yes, it will be called a double for Mark Willie, and it's going to be Zayeda, who's pinch running for Willie. 0-0 count. Bunt shown, takes it away. That was Toth, who is now up at bat. Had 2 at-bats today, 1 strikeout.
Hoping to take some inspiration there from Willie as he brought the boom with the double. And now Toth trying to knock in a run here to potentially tie this game.
Low pitch again there by Mello. We're going to see a 2-0 count. And this is not the situation you want to be in if you are Albany. Man on second, a fast man on second at that. And now you've got Toth at bat with a good count. You just took the lead. Mello's pitch goes.
It's low for ball 3,
Low.
3-0.
3-0 count. And you don't swing at the 3-0 count. So,
Usually.
Let's see if we can see something different.
Nothing different.
Nothing different.
Strike right down the middle on Toth.
Swing at it, man. Toth now with the hitter's count. Zayeta leaning off of second. Pitches in. That one struck up the middle. Chasing after it. Caught. And Zayeta's going to tag up and run to third. And we're going to have a man on third with 1 out.
What a strong strike there from Toth. Unfortunate, just too much launch angle on it to fall down in that gap. It would have been a huge hit for the Minutemen in that situation. But either way, gets a great result, moves Zayeta down to third base with 1 out here, with Gavin O'Brien coming up.
And O'Brien had a double at his last at-bat. Good to ride the hot hand as we've got a mound visit here between Albany's catching, pitching, and coaching.
So for the Minutemen, now looking to be a little bit more aggressive as they're trailing. Definitely saw Toth unleashing on that ball right there to the gap. And, of course, Mark Willie with that strong one down the line. Once again, you said an incredible effort there. I believe it was
Lewis Caleb.
Lewis Caleb, excuse me. See, names like that, they always sound backwards to me.
Yeah.
Caleb Lewis sounds like a more natural name, but Lewis Caleb unable to make the play on the diving attempt there. Certainly gave it a great effort. So now O'Brien coming up to the plate with Zayeta leading off a third. 1 out in the inning. In the bottom of the 7th here, UMass trailing 2-1.
That one goes low. And again, Mello has not started off any of his at-bats with a pitch that's even remotely close to the zone. Second pitch is going to be
low again, ball number 2. Inching his way up at least, but still riding below the knees so far is Mello.
2-0 count. Not a position you want to be in against O'Brien. That one goes low as well, and it scrambles away. Running home now to tie the game. UMass level it up, and it's Zayeta on the pinch run. We've got a 3-0 count now for O'Brien, and the second run off of a wild pitch for the Minutemen. 2-2 ball game.
I was going to say, Dylan, it's a mirror image of the last time the Minutemen scored a run all the way back in that 4th inning. It feels like so long ago now with what we've been through. But again, coming off of a wild pitch, deflecting off of the backstop McElwee as a walk there on 4 pitches for O'Brien. And Mello does not look to be his typical self.
Mello's been throwing low all game. And that one just cost Albany their lead that they took so long to cultivate. As Toronto's coming up to bat.
Another discussion here between Mello and McElwee with just 1 out here in the inning and already a run crossing the plate.
Bottom of the 7th, 1 out again. If you were listening before, you didn't hear us. Apologies for any technical difficulties. This is WMUA Sports on YouTube, and we've got a 2-2 ball game. There is a full mound visit. We're going to take a break. We'll come back to you guys with the action as they resume. UMass just leveled the game at 2. We are back here on WMUA YouTube for UMass baseball against the Albany Great Danes. UMass just tied the game on yet another wild pitch leading to a run as Toronto comes up to the bat, and the pitching change was made mellow out. Luke Boulay in. An 0-0 count to start. And another low pitch, more of the same to start this one from Luke Boulay. And man on first, that is O'Brien.
And O'Brien has supplied a lot for the Minutemen out of the bottom spot of that order as he takes off there.
And they call him out. He got the tap on O'Brien, who is dumbfounded as the cloud of smoke appears from the dirt on the slide. He is shocked. And it's going to be the second out of the inning on the attempted steal. O'Brien still confused, but not much you can do there.
Coach Reynolds not happy himself.
Toronto now, 2 balls, 1 out. That one dribbled across, and it's dropped by the fielder. Toronto is going to be able to get on base on another erroneous play. And it was Herbst who wasn't able to get his hand on it.
Yeah, Herbst, just a slow ground ball there. Maybe some awkward spin on it as it dribbled past the mound, but spilled out of his hand as he charged in to make the play. And fortunate for Toronto to get on base there. And a base running threat for the Minutemen.
Toronto on base now as they try to pick him off at first.
It's a great move there. Very close on the back pick.
Travisino now here to bat. 3 at-bats, hasn't gotten on base yet. 2 outs now and a tie game. That one struck up and above and beyond us into foul territory.
Of course, the glass breaking sound effect again and again. I'm sure we'll never get sick of that throughout this season, Dylan.
It's going to be fun.
Of course, the home opener here for UMass with the game tied 2-2.
That one high and away. It's a 1-1 count. Again, Toronto on base, 2-2 ball game Travisino up to bat. Boulay staring down Travisino. That one goes low, and that one would have hit me right in the face if it were not for the netting. Maybe a little higher than me. I would have tried to grab it, I think. But
You think so?
I don't know.
I don't know if the reflexes are there, but once again, Nyack, New York is producing some athletes. So,
and again, an
can't
attempted
underestimate
pickoff there on Tirado. Tirado able to stay safe. Most of these pickoffs have not come to fruition. None of these pickoffs have come to fruition today. 1-2 count. Boulay winding up to throw. That one struck over, and that's going to go into foul territory.
There's Tirado taken off there from first base.
And it looked like it was taken off.
Need you, Travis!
And UMass now not in as desperate of a need for a run after leveling the game up. Boulay throws over the plate. That one struck into center field, and it's going to call for one advancement of the bases. And the inning goes on.
Yeah, some good signage over there at third base to hold up the runner, Tirado. Looks like an excellent arm over there in right field. Got it in very quickly. And as fast as Tirado is, you don't want to mess up a chance here in these late innings to take an advantage in this game.
Sullivan now with man on first and second, 2 outs again, and Boulay came into this game and hasn't been able to put his stamp on it yet. Sullivan
UMass bench calling for Braden Sullivan to step up big here.
First pitch low, and ball one. So it's Travisino and Tirado on base. Boulay has his eyes on both base runners. Second pitch goes, and it's going to be a strike. That was high, top corner of the zone.
It's one of the most difficult pitches to hit and one of the most difficult pitches to throw, to nail that inside part of the plate right there.
That one is going to be called a ball. Looked like it was just below the knees.
Maybe a bit outside too. Either way, a great pitch and good location for Boulay.
And if you're Sullivan, you need to be patient here. You load the bases with a walk. That one's up and away. It's popped up into center field, and patiently waiting for it is Albany center fielder Philippi. And that's going to close out the 7th inning, a chaotic, hectic, entertaining 7th inning, which we were able to get most of. This is WMUA Sports on YouTube. We'll come back to you at the 8th inning.
coming back to you here at the top of the 8th inning as the Minutemen tied it up in the 7th, 2-2. The wild pitch scoring another run got Thomas McElwee up for the Albany Great Danes as
Levine in the game as a pitcher now for UMass. There's a change.
Jack Levine, standout reliever for UMass so far this year. They filtered through a lot of their bullpens so far. So that one flied into right field. Comfortable play there for UMass to put away out number 1. So Levine settling in very quickly there.
Now batting for the Great Dane, number 3, Lewis Caleb.
Now batting for Albany, and it's Lewis Caleb, who was not able to grab onto Levine or onto the hit by, and that ball goes in low. It's going to be a ball on the double that led off the inning from UMass.
I believe it was Mark Willie.
It was Mark Willie. That's who it was. Thank you. Hectic game.
I don't blame you, Dylan. It's been a long day.
If only the people listening to this broadcast could see us right now. 2-1 count, 2-2 ball game. Levine to pitch. That one straight in the zone. It's going to be a 2-2 count. No swing there from Lewis Caleb. You're right. It does fool you a little bit, Lewis Caleb.
Yeah.
You want to say Caleb Lewis, but that one's up, batted into the ground, fielded, thrown to Levine, who's going to get his foot out and tag him for the second out of the inning.
And you hear the call from the crowd there. Athlete. Pitchers are athletes too, Dylan. And right there, making the play, running over from the mound, and getting down on one knee, proposing to the baseball gods, give me this out.
That's why we stretch, boys. And girls. Levine up to bat. Luke Myers. Or Levine to pitch to Luke Myers, rather. Low pitch to the side. Let's give you a 2-0 count for Myers, who has a hit.
You can at least call it a productive day at the top of the order when you get a hit. It's someone they rely on to be a fire starter.
That ball into foul territory. That one actually going into the parking lot. I can't tell if that hit a car or not, but that's where a lot of cars are.
Well, no glass breaking sound from the effects crew here, so we'll never know.
Yeah, maybe we would have known if they'd played the effects. Pitch up high, nearly hitting the helmet, and that's going to lead to a hitter's count for Myers. Filippi on deck. He got on the board with a run from Logan Morris's bomb. That one inside, 3-2 in the zone, rather, and a strike. Levine on a full count. Nobody on base, 2 outs. Luke Myers at bat. That one squared up on. That's going to be foul as well. Just taking his time with this at bat. Levine readying up for the full count pitch. That one goes high and swatted just over us. I've got a clear view of where that one's landing. It's not hitting any cars.
Well, maybe now with one riding by.
And did not hit the car.
Great awareness. Speed being shown off by the ball there.
continuing this 3-2 count. Pitch goes inside and strikes him out. That one looked like it was outside the zone, but
And
that'll
an emphatic call from the home plate umpire here, leaning back on his back foot, cranking back the arrow, no doubt left in the batter's mind. He has to go sit down.
you gotta love the umpire emotes at times. But that one looked like it was a little bit inside. Bit of a surprising call, but that is going to lead to the end of the top of the 8th, bottom of the 8th coming up. UMass 2, Albany 2. Again, special thanks to the guy who gave us this laptop to do this broadcast on.
Absolutely. We'll take a break. Be right back for the bottom of the 8th. Last couple ups here in this 2-2 game between the Minutemen and Albany.
We are back at the top, or the bottom of the 8th. UMass 2, Albany 2. Jack Beverly up to bat, and that's the guy who got on the board to start this game. Boulay still on the mound after his 2/3 of an inning pitched. He allowed 2 hits, and it's an 0-1 count as that off-speed pitch goes into the zone. Boulay on the second pitch. Low, wide, 1-1 count. And Tim, tie game right now. Inning and a half left of baseball. What does UMass have to do to push themselves forward?
Well, you saw a lot of success when they were being aggressive there, when they were trailing. They got guys on the base. They were ripping their way around the bags as far as aggressiveness. So it's going to help them to get a guy like Beverly on and just start this fire, because Reynolds and his team mentality is big on stringing good at-bats together and creating momentum.
And that's 2 balls, leading us to a hitter's count for Beverly. Boulay's throw nails Beverly in the back. He's going to take a base, and UMass will have a runner in a good position to start the inning.
Beverly wearing that one like a pro as he takes his
hurt.
job down to first, and that was no easy
It's a
pitch.
Scorcher.
You could hear the thump as it came off of his back. Not a favorable sound.
We've got Carter Hansen coming up to bat. 400 on base percentage, 951 OPS, and then the 1 hit today, which was a double. Boulay struggling through today. First pitch, strike. And
We've seen those calls go up and down all day.
Always
at
got
the top of the zone.
A little bit cautious before I make the call.
It's a difficult place to understand for batters a lot of the time, up near your chest.
That one low near his feet, and it's a 1-1 count. 2-2 game. UMass lead on hits, 6-5. And Hansen with a double and a walk today. That one fouled off just behind the bleachers. It's going to be a 1-2 count. And it would do magic for Boulay if he could strike out the prolific hitter, Hansen.
Yeah, Hansen's one of UMass's best power bats and just bats overall. Just a strong swinger and a good eye.
And he knocks him down. Hansen is retired. First out of the inning, as that was a low pitch that Hansen thought he had the hang of. Did not have the hang of it. So we're going to see Munoz come up to bat. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
Dylan, I just got to say, I don't think my commentator's curse could get much worse. I say he's got a great eye for the ball and then swings and misses at a
3-0 now?
Yeah, 3-0.
Oh, this is the best song in the. I think this is new.
Is it now?
Which means we may have a pinch hitter on our hands. It does.
That's one way to figure out a pinch hitter by their warm-up song.
I hear JID. I listen. We've got a pinch hitter. That one is high and away. It's a ball.
So leading off of first is Hansen.
And that's a strike there. No swing from the UMass batter, who I apologize. I'm trying to get the name up on the pinch hitter. And with all the computer difficulties that we've had, it's Schroeder is the one that's up to hit pinch hitting. And the pinch runner that came in for UMass got on the board off of his base running alone. Paired with some bad pitching. But 2-1 count for Schroeder. The pitch by Boulay is up and away, and that one's fouled off behind us.
Into the few trees around this field.
It went into the trees, you say? Yeah. And Schroeder. That one's roped off his bat into deep center field. It's going to go. It's going to go all the way. Home run for the pinch hitter, Mitch Schroeder, and UMass take a 4-2 lead.
What a rip there from Schroeder. As UMass calling his phone in this situation, rips it to Oppo. To get the celebration there, the entire UMass bench clearing out, and Minutemen take a 4-2 lead in the 8th inning.
And what a coaching decision by Coach Reynolds. The first at-bat for the pinch hitter, and it's a home run for Mitch Schroeder. Peters now coming in to pinch hit. First one. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. I didn't see it hit him, but
I think it just grazed him on the shoulder on the way by, and that's why he's able to slip so comfortably down to first base there.
1 out. 4-2 ball game for UMass. Boulay struggling through the top of the 8th or bottom of the 8th inning. Toth now to bat. First pitch hits him as well. Boulay is. I don't know if I was gonna say a really bad pun. I'm gonna go away from it. I don't want to do it now.
We can keep that one on the back burner still.
I'll say it later. But that being said, 2 men on base.
And we got a discussion here on the mound. Boulay, 2 batters hit in a row. Definitely in danger of getting pulled right here. Not sure if you've got an angle of that Albany bullpen over there, Dylan.
Don't see much going on. But
so interesting. Boulay may stick in the game here after giving up that 2-run bomb to Schroeder. Gavin O'Brien going to step up to the plate here. The 9-hitter has been a real pest for Albany in this game.
And O'Brien was caught stealing on his last time around. Boulay stays in. 2 players on base, 2-run lead for UMass, only 1 out. Boulay's pitch high inside. It's going to be a ball. And we've got Peters and Toth both on base. Toth has a stolen base. One-0 count now for Boulay. That one goes low, and as well will be a ball, and just seems like the game's getting away from him a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the Danes are keeping him in the game here after he seems completely out of rhythm. Again, 2 balls in a row after hitting 2 batters.
Swing and a miss there from O'Brien. Gets a strike.
4-0 on the commentator's curse.
Boulay now set to pitch. That one swung and missed again. Strike 2. So we're evening out the count. 1 out, and the last thing you want to do is ground this into a double play now. That one down the left sideline, or third base line. Still working on the baseball terminology a little bit, but
well, if there's anything this entire broadcast has taught anybody, it's that we're all learning together.
And UMass have the lead in their first home game of the season. Pitch by Boulay is going to be called strike, and UMass will be down to their final batter of the 8th inning. And
interesting take there from O'Brien. It seemed off speed, just caught him off guard right down the middle there on the 2-2 count.
Just seemed like he wasn't ready for it. Torado now up to bat, and he has a hit today. Been walked twice, and the ball 1 to start this count.
He's definitely been a guy that Albany's been scared to attack, and rightfully so, one of UMass's best hitters as the leadoff hitter.
Torado knocks that ball down the first base line, and coming in to score now is Peters. Toth going to third. He's going to go all the way home. Running in home now for UMass, and he scores. UMass with a 2-run double. And what a play there by
Anthony
Torado.
What a rip down that right field line. And you saw, able to score from first there was Toth because of how deep that was lodged in the right field corner. It's a difficult play to make for the right fielder, ranging all the way over, and just a difficult relay getting it to the plate. UMass takes a 6-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th.
And they've really got the bats to go, and now it looks like Boulay is going to be taken out. 4 runs in this 8th inning for the Minutemen. And what built up to this for you, Tim? What was the turning point in this game?
Well, patience, really. Patience and aggressiveness mixing together. It's the game of baseball. It's finicky. You have to have a mix of both, right? The Minutemen, obviously, after that big 2-run home run, they stand in the box. They take 2 balls to their batters. And, loading up the bags there, not loading, but filling 2 of the bags there, putting pressure on a pitcher who is already struggling. And now he's got to find a way to attack the zone. And you attack him right back with a double there from Torado.
And Albany are warming up a new pitcher now who will be hard-pressed to be able to get that final out. But
again, Torado, a dangerous runner on second base. Don't put it past him to try to swipe third right here.
A reminder, Mitch Schroeder with the homer to right field. Torado with the double. That led to Toth and Peters getting on the board. Kyle McCaffrey coming in for Albany at the mound. replacing Boulay, who let this game slip away from him.
Yeah, and still there's questions to be had about letting Boulay continue after letting up that home run and hitting 2 batters in a row. Obviously, having that discussion with him after 2 batters were hit, strikes out O'Brien, and then you have the top of the order coming up. I mean, if you're Albany, you have to be aware of a situation like that where UMass is one of their most dangerous hitters is approaching the plate, and he took full advantage right there.
Albany looking to get out of this inning, and they're going to need a really, really big 9th inning in order to salvage themselves, let alone go out and win this game. As we are just about ready to get back underway. It's cold outside, Tim.
Absolutely.
It's
Dylan,
I've been thinking it for the whole time I was just talking. I needed to say it.
these spring New England nights don't get any easier. I mean, we're out here in very different attire, both formal, but everyone else has the luxury of a sweatshirt or some kind of blanket. We have no such luck.
That pitch is down low, and ball 1, first pitch for Kyle McCaffrey, strikes about the same as the pitches from Boulay and from
Mello.
who loved that little low pitch to the outside that no one was ever going to swing at. Second pitch, that one's a changeup in the zone, will get the strike. You can already see Tirado kind of leaning off the bag.
He's ready to make this lead more comfortable for the Minutemen.
Couple of steps off. McCaffrey throws low, gathered by
McElwee,
who had trouble gathering a couple of pitches earlier today. That one was also kind of troublesome to gather, but not enough to enforce a steal on a wild pitch.
Well, the biggest thing is you keep it in front of you. You know, the 2 pitchers that have scored runs, they went between his legs, and that's just not fundamental baseball.
That one goes by him as well, and this one will lead to Toronto taking third. And
right there, not keeping the ball in front of you, skips to his left, and Toronto, he's going to take off whenever he sees the chance.
Toronto advances to third on a pass ball. 3-1 count, hitters count for Travisano.
Toronto dancing down that third baseline, really aggressive.
That one is going to be ball 4. Runners on the corners, and coming up to bat now for UMass is Sullivan. Not the greatest hitting day from him by any stretch of the imagination today, but you have to think getting on base even, or just getting that last run in. It's so cold, Tim.
It's knocking the baseball spirit right out of you. I can tell, Dylan.
I'm getting excited while talking, and I just feel the wind, and it's...
We're causing real temperature-caused brain freezes.
That one low and going in. Toronto will not get there, and he's going to be tagged out. That was a ballsy play. I don't know about that one, but that's going to close out the 8th.
Aggressive move, but you saw him about 3/4 of the way down the baseline with hesitation. You can't hesitate right there. You've got to go if you're going. And if you go and get out, that's fine. At least you made the play fully aggressively. But right there, giving McElwee time to get back on that ball after he was losing it for a second. And that just closes a big opportunity for the Minutemen in that inning to expand this lead. Still 4 runs in that 8th, giving them a 6-2 lead. It's huge to end this game.
That's going to call to the end of the 8th. We'll go to break and come back. The top of the 9th, see if Albany can take anything out of this game. UMass 6, Albany 2.
Philippi.
3 batters stand for Albany in order to bring this game back. Luke Philippi, who got on the board on that home run, will be starting at Levine on the mound. That one low will be the first ball called. And on day 1 of home baseball for UMass, we are shivering in our respective attire as Levine's second pitch is called a strike.
I can only imagine how some of these guys are feeling out on the field. It's got to be hard to warm up as a pitcher in these conditions.
That one inside is going to be ball 2. But, I mean, when you're playing, it's a different feeling.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys are obviously levels above where we've ever been.
I played T-ball. That one's roped to the far side. It's going to blow foul. And it's going to be a 2-2 count. I was a pretty good T-ball player, though.
I actually never played T-ball. I started up in 6th grade.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's a late learning.
I know, it's a late learning experience. That's why I got cut in junior year.
Levine's pitch, strike 3. 2 more to go from UMass's home opener. And a backwards K for Luke Philippi.
Next up for the Great Dane, number 5,
And Ryan, the dangerous Ryan Feremi, is up to bat. And if there's one guy you want to kickstart your comeback through, it would be Feremi. Levine now to pitch. That one goes swatted behind us, and it's going to be a 0-1 count. Just 2 batters to go for UMass before clinching their first victory at home. That one is tipped off the bat of Feremi and is going to be called a strike.
I think it's worth mentioning now, last season UMass was unable to get a win in their home opener. I believe it was against Fordham, 7-6 loss, and a 2 home run game by Austin Burgess. Couldn't get it done for the Minutemen.
One, 2 count. Pitch comes in from Levine. That one is called a ball as well. That one looked close as well, though.
Yeah, that was
It's almost
a nice high part of the zone that I'm sure we've seen called a strike earlier in this game.
Inconclusive.
Baseball is hard to understand sometimes.
Levine with the pitch. That one goes grounded into second and thrown out. 1 batter left to go. That one.
I believe that's Sullivan over there at second making the sound play. And obviously after his bobble early in this game that still led to an out, he's made some incredible plays over at second base.
And it is the freshman who hit the home run who is going to be the last man standing between a UMass victory and a continuation. Levine versus Morris, and it's going to be a called strike. Levine's had a really stellar day so far. Second pitch, low. Gathered well by Toth, who got on the board with a run after the double by Tirado. It's so cold. Levine, that one high for a ball.
Once again, a really close call there, Dylan.
You hear me hesitating because I don't know what they're going to do.
Got to look at the scoreboard to understand it.
Levine, that one is going to lead to a hitter's count. Again, these are all just really close calls.
That one I'd see is outside, definitely.
Yeah, I figured it would be, but still very within the margins.
Still good spots, absolutely, for Levine.
3-1 count. That one low, gets away from Toth, but it won't matter. Morris is going to take the base, and the game will continue. As coming up to bat now is Cooper Loyal. 0 for 3 on the day.
We're almost begging for mercy here from Levine to end this game, to get out of the cold here.
It's not even really that bad. It's just the wind in the spots that we're in, and my feet are. But that's not concerning to the listener. We're on WMUA Sports on YouTube. That one low from Levine. It's a 2-out, 1-0 count, 6-2 UMass lead on 8-5 hits for UMass. At bat to save you, Albany, is Cooper Loyal. Levine's pitch comes and will be called a strike.
That one painted on the outside part of home plate right there.
Nothing abstract about that. Levine loads up to pitch. He will pitch it down. Nearly grabbed. It will not fall into the mitt of Travisino, and it will be a base hit for U Albany and Kai Stevens.
Yeah, good rip through the 5-6 hole there. You saw Travisano diving out for that one, just couldn't get it in his glove as it was deposited into left field. Scarabino comes up with runners on first and second here. UMass leading by 4 with 2 out in the 9th.
Scarabino now. First and second. Levine taking a look. Will pitch. That one inside going to be called a ball. Kai Stevens makes us stay a little bit. It's Kyle Stevens. Levine now. Low pitch. It gets away from Toth, and they're going to advance runners. And now we're at second and third. 2 outs. Levine just needs to get the 1. 2-0 count.
So maybe I was too quick to call each other a pair of softies, because maybe the Minutemen are starting to feel this cold as well, freezing up a little bit on these follow-throughs.
They're going to meet at the mound now. Nah, I still think we're a bit of softies, honestly. It's not that bad, but I'm over here shivering.
Well, I feel it too. I've got a little more blubber on me than you, Dylan.
It's cold. That's all. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Unless this game goes into extras, we will leave the cold talks in the past. Just about past 6 o'clock on this wonderful Wednesday.
Mound visit is concluded now with Scarabino digging back in. 2-0 count on him with 2 outs. Runners on second and third and top in the 9th.
That one high, and we're looking at a 3-0 count. Will he swing?
I'm going to bet the house on no.
Ooh, betting the house. It's a good bet.
Good bet.
It's a good bet. A strike there from Levine. You almost don't mind a walk here.
If you're Albany, absolutely not.
That one goes into the zone, and we're looking at a full count. 2 outs, 2 men on base, 4-run ball game. And it's almost like the scenarios you draw up as a kid is if there was someone on first. That one goes, and it's knocked into the middle of the infield, not grabbed. And it's going to be a run. An error there from Stevens.
That one just flubbed off the
Beverly,
end of the bat.
rather.
Just barely off the end of the bat there, curling over the pitcher and into the short part of the infield for a second baseman. Obviously, you know, if you play second base, you play deep near that outfield grass, so it's hard to come in and make a play right there, especially if you're not expecting a ball to be hit there so softly. It's almost like a perfectly placed bunt.
And the error there was by Sullivan. Apologies. Got it right on the third time. But an 0-1 count there. Levine throws the strike to Herbst. That one called a ball. Scarabino was able to get on first with that last at bat. Levine, that one far wide, 2-1 count, and you can see it kind of getting away from Levine now.
Yeah, definitely a tough situation here. Got those 2 outs early, and now you stand with men on the corners, the tying run at the plate. It's a tough one to manage mentally.
Aaron Hurst swings and misses, and we're a strike away from the end of this ball game. 3-run game, 6-3. UMass lead Albany. And Levine has 1 strike left to give. Pitches up and near the face of Aaron Hurst. And one thing you cannot afford to do now is let him walk, because then you're entering the actual scenario that everyone envisions. Levine, the pitch is low and will be walking him. Levine having trouble to retire the side as
Now batting for the Great Dane.
Bags are full now for the Minutemen with 2 outs here. Top of the 9th, leading by 3.
McElwee up to bat now. He had some fielding mistakes. That one's a called strike on the pitch by Levine.
And once again, a spot we've seen could flip either way. That one apparently sneaking in the view of the home plate umpire.
Levine versus McElwee. That one swing and a miss. Game in his hands. 0-2 count for McElwee. 2 outs. Bases loaded. 3-run game. Levine. Grounded to himself. He's going to run it over to first and call game. UMass 6, Albany 3. Final from Earl Orden Field.
Man, what a finish there. Everything we've went through in this broadcast leading down to that right there was incredibly worth it. And great job by Levine to slow himself down, make the right pitches, get McElwee in a hole right there and force him to try to make a play. And just the simple run over to first by himself gets the home opener win for UMass.
For Tim Brown, Alex Poliak, who was here at the start, and myself, Dylan Shalom, we are calling it for WMUA Sports on YouTube. Big thanks to everyone who tuned in, and a special big thanks to the guy who gave us this laptop to broadcast from at the middle of the 7th. A tumultuous game. UMass takes the win 6-3.